Legacy Unlocked. When you're locked out of your vehicle, can't get in your car, call Legacy, serving West Palm Beach and surrounding cities. That's area code 229-630-7615. Available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Have you been denied disability, Social Security, or custodianship of your children? Call Antonio Williams. He has the knowledge and experience to fight the government on your behalf. Let him represent you. That's Antonio Williams, your non-legal attorney consultant.
Just-in-time accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at www.justintimeaccessories. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Check it out. Just in Time Accessories. We have the bling and everything in between. Tayama Copeland is your independent paparazzi consultant. Everything is only $5. You can catch Tayama on Facebook Live at Tayama Copeland, or you can find her at
There are three types of doors that you have to encounter. The first door is a manual door. It is a door that that requires effort from you. You put your hand on the knob, you either pull or you push. That's the door that requires effort. And many of us are frustrated, irritated, and aggravated because it feels like every door we've been trying to open for ourselves has been taking all of the effort from us. But God says there's a second door that is a revolving door. Now, this door is crazy because it requires no effort, but it does require timing. Because the revolving door does the work for you. But if you miss timing, you end up going in circles. I don't know who I'm preaching to, but the last 6 months of your life, you've been going through some unnecessary circles. And God is saying, I've already made a way. You got to make sure you get in my. The third door is an automatic door. Jesus. The third door does not require effort, and it does not require timing. All you got to do is show up. Can I preach and declare the reason anxiety, depression, and frustration has been on you so heavy? Because the devil knows in this season, all you got to do is show up.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome back. It is so great to be in the midst just one more time. I tell you, it's just a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? I just want to remind everybody that if you're new to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. It costs you nothing to subscribe. It's free. So what are you waiting for? Statistics have already shown that about 80% of you are watching, are frequent flyers, viewing, coming over here, peeping around the corner and carrying on, but you haven't subscribed yet. So what you scared of? Stop shacking up and hit that subscribe button. And while you're ready, go ahead and click that like button, which is the thumbs up. That lets YouTube know that you appreciate what we're doing over here. And they then share our materials with other people with similar interests so the family can grow. And then, of course, you can comment below. And if you comment, we'll show your comment on the screen, read it, and respond accordingly. So definitely do all of that good stuff. Definitely hit that like button. We appreciate it. So again, welcome. Also, real soon, just to remind you guys that we're going to soon be starting a new series. It's going to be called Lunchtime with the Legacy. Is going to be around lunchtime. We don't have a specific time, so whatever time he goes to lunch. So it'll be an hour show every day, Monday through Friday. So and we just talk about various topics. So Lunchtime with the Legacy. So you make sure you want to tune in. That's another reason why you want to definitely hit that, click the subscribe and hit the notification, click the bell so that you'll be notified every time we go live. You know what I'm saying? Also, don't forget, get all of your homeopathic healing and your needs and whatever you need to enlighten your health and your wealth. Go over to enliventoyou.com. Talk to our girl Juicy. You know what I'm saying? It is to give action, stimulate, to give life, vivify, and to give spirit, rejuvenate. Food is medicine too. Enliventoyou.com. I know that's right. Also, don't forget to go over there to patreon.com/No Republic 101. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to make $5,000 to $10,000 per month in your Notary Public business. Take your Notary Public business to the next level. Make you some real coins. I'm doing it, and so can you. You know what I'm saying? And for a fraction of the cost, you can smell just like your designer fragrances. We have oils, lotions, shower gels, bubble baths, you name it. Go over to exoticoilmasters.com. Okay. Tonight's episode is off the chain. It's going to be really great. Oh, I also want to remind you that this week and next week, and we did a couple of Father's Day interviews. They each were about 30 minutes, and they were awesome interviews where I interviewed several great Black men that are fathers. Because, Black men don't always get their just due. So I recognize a few Black men. I'm going to recognize a few more this week and do interviews. So if you're a great father, if you know of a great father that you want to recommend, definitely hit my inbox. But we want to recommend, and interview some great fathers, great Black and brown men. There's only 14 questions. It's a 30-minute interview, 30 minutes or less, unless your name Legacy, because, he long-winded. He's the only one that can take a 30-minute interview and make it 45, 47 minutes. Go check his video out. The proof is in the pudding. You know what I'm saying? But for the other fathers, happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day. I just want to welcome my tribe, my friends, my family, my little big brother.
Yeah, buddy.
None other than Mr. Legacy Great.
ATL in this whole.
Lord Jesus, y'all continue to pray for him. And also, I want to bring forth none other than my sister, Miss Juicy Cakes, the most voluptuous cakes in the world.
Damn.
Because Juicy drive them crazy. Juicy, are you with us?
Juicy, she probably in the grocery store.
No, she was. I saw her backstage. She was actually in a room. So I saw TV and she's in a physical room. Okay, well, we'll wait till Juicy come back. But anyway, welcome to the show, Legacy. How are you doing this evening?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
Oh, she lost the signal. Come on back, Juicy.
I'm blessed and highly favored.
I'm blessed and highly flavored.
Mm.
There she is.
Blessings. Yes. Soon as you were doing it, Niamki called. I said, "Really?"
When you see
How are
him,
you all?
Juicy, when you see him, do this. Slap on the wrist. That's from Uncle Tony.
I will. Because I said, it's after 8. He told me, "Oh, I forgot y'all not at 9."
Okay. Okay. You better
Yeah,
jump on board. Better get on the bandwagon.
right. How are you all today?
I'm great. I love your hair.
Thank you. I was bored again.
I'm so proud of your son.
What it do, Juicy? What's in the cake?
Oh man, peaches and cream, little watermelon.
I'm so proud of your son and all his accomplishments.
Oh, I'm so glad we are. Woo! Thank you.
Okay.
I'm proud of him too. That's what he was calling. So I had sent you all the link from the Instagram because it was a premiere at 7 o'clock tonight. Um, and then he called back because we tried to log in to see it and we couldn't find it. So he
Mhm.
contacted his counselor about it, and she said they done closed the program down. There ain't no more kids gonna receive a CAP scholarship. So I'm trying to reach
Wow.
Michelle Obama to find out why. He said, so I know we're live. And you know what? He didn't walk the stage already. And we're going to Hampton. So it's okay. But they were pressuring him to choose between Hampton and Eastern Connecticut, where he got the full ride at. And he wasn't really wanting Eastern Connecticut because of the demographics of the school.
Right.
And when he went, like the shower, I'll send y'all personally the video, but the shower water was like dripping. You have a cord you pull for your water to come out, but in the meantime it just drips out. I guess it's called their water saving plan. But what you doing? I got scissors. Okay. um it wasn't for what he's accustomed to, what he's used to. So he said he didn't want to go there. And the lady was she said that not that he needed to choose, but she was really wanting him to choose the full ride instead of somewhere that he could possibly be in debt because it's a private school at Hampton. But at the same time, you got to go where your heart is and where you will
Uh,
succeed.
You
And
know.
so yes, so he's gonna go to Hampton, but to find out that try to put it in the bottom, that the program ain't gonna help no other students. And it was like, I guess they're saying that kids aren't appreciating it in a sense. So why should we do this extra work for them?
So you need to set up a GoFundMe and I'll start sharing it like crazy.
I don't know. And I hope my son wasn't the one who didn't appreciate it.
But how do they know somebody
I
didn't
will.
appreciate it?
I accept the full ride
Huh?
because he didn't accept it. Because he
Who,
didn't
your son?
accept it. My son. And the reason he didn't accept it was because his two dreams was either to play basketball in college or to go to the school that he got accepted to at the highest achievement. So he got all of this on his merit of education, no sports. But his senior year, his coach didn't play him basketball wise, so he wasn't able to turn in any tape in order to get seen by the coach at this university so he could play. However, his coach had told him, I can get you at this school and on the team. So that's the reason he put down the school to attend there. He had an option, like I think they had to list 16 different choices, and his first choice was this one that he thought he would play basketball at. And he was one of the highest recipients, so he got his first choice, and his first choice was Eastern Connecticut. And once he realized he'll just be attending school but not playing basketball, that's not something he wanted to do. And I encourage my children to follow their heart, do what
And
they
don't settle.
aspire to do. No, do not ever settle for anything, especially when you have a want. Because if you settle for now, you'll never. Oh, it's wet up there. You'll never. Here's a paper towel. You'll never move forward. You'll just be stuck on that same settling.
You'll be stagnant,
You'll
right?
just be stuck. And I don't want them stuck. So my son got accepted to 16 different colleges. So he had a lot of options to choose from, and all of them gave him scholarships. So it wasn't like he was choosing wrong. He was choosing what's best. And I do think that Hampton would be a better choice for him because of the things that he likes to do and what they have to offer him.
So hold on now.
So,
And let him also know that if God bring you to it, He will definitely see you through it.
yes. So yesterday, he got awarded an $8,000 scholarship from the Kappa League. So we want to say, woo woo, sweet nude, we
Whoop,
love you.
whoop.
Listen, I said, see, all them times I was at the parties in college being like, hey.
Okay,
Yes, it paid off.
the juice that
Hey,
paid off.
no, I used to think I was a Kappa. I
Okay,
I was so I was a tomboy back then, and they let me step with them. I would get in the line and have a good time. I would be out there
okay.
having a ball. So I'm glad that the future paid forward to say, yeah, that's our home girl. Let me hook her up, her son up.
Yeah,
Eight
one of my
thousand
one of my
dollars.
cousins is a Kappa.
Mm-hmm. So it's technically a $2,000 scholarship that's renewable for the 4 years that he's there, but it's as long as he attends Hampton. So
Hey,
right. So everybody
and
else is encouraging him. Do what you're
plays
supposed to
Kappa.
do.
Look,
You
and
So
know,
plays
hold on.
Kappa.
The school. So the school is discontinuing the scholarships because he didn't go where they wanted him to go.
so this is not DC Cap is a program that I think Michelle Obama helped start, and it's called a Rise and Strive program. And they award 16 students in the DC area to attend. There's partner schools, and those partner schools, I think Eastern Connecticut, I think Georgetown. Did Nyaki leave back out? I believe FAM, I think, is a partner school. So he had a couple options. North Carolina A&T. Again, he chose Eastern Connecticut because he was going to play basketball. That's what he thought when he applied, for this scholarship. And so, yeah, nobody. So it's not a school. This is a DC, a District of Columbia government funded program.
An outside entity, not the school.
No, outside entity, not the school. And so part of it, what it is like they award that the students. So I don't know if you like, it's Fayetteville State University. They will allow, if you are any type of military affiliate, you can attend the school on a free ride as well. Especially for adults, they're offering for adults to come back and go to school and for free, but it's up to twenty five
So I can go
thousand
back.
if you're
I can go
out of
back and
state,
go to
like from
Hampton.
somewhere else.
So I can
Yeah.
go to FAM
Hmm.
or Hampton and pledge. I want to pledge Alpha.
Really? You
Well,
smooth?
if I would have played, I would have definitely played Phi Beta.
Yeah, because you're the dog.
That's you, dog, crazy.
It's in the kills, I think. I mean, names. So, I couldn't have decided to pledge. I liked both the Zetas. I liked the Deltas and the AKs, and so I just said I'll be friends with everybody.
Okay.
So you know what? And no, I'm not a AK, and I whoop, and no, I'm not a
I
Delta.
remember. Speaking of that, I remember one time. Well, first of all, hold on. How about Legacy? Can we see your face?
Hold on.
Hoppo, who this woman?
Ashley Duckworth.
You always want to be in somebody's business. You always gotta just start something. You just always nobody can't speak to me, bro.
You
No,
my
that
brother.
wasn't speaking. She had googly eyes with hearts
And kisses and
and
smile
and a
and yeah.
kiss. Mm,
So
And
how
he
food this
kissed it
woman?
bad. Ooh, he gave it a tongue too. Watch the replay.
This girl.
And while y'all at
Well,
it, hit
y'all.
that like button, share, and subscribe.
Hey, Darrell.
What they
Hey,
do?
Darrell. Mhm.
Y'all have to excuse me. I didn't get at work today, and I knew we had to hurry up and do the show.
It's understandable. I look. I asked like Tony, "Are we having a show tonight?" And then at 7:30, the kids say, "Can we go in the pool?" So Nas is here with my grandbaby and Lacey, and they're at the hotel, so we're at the hotel with them, and I took them to the pool, and I'm like, I gotta get up and go back and get my phone and do the show because I didn't take it down here by the pool, but
I remember one
you
time
can do
years
it.
ago, I used to be an assistant manager over at McDonald's on 45th Street. And one time they had this breakfast slash lunch, but it was the AKAs, Pink and Green, and the Deltas together. And I guess they were trying to do something like for the community. So they joined
Mm-hmm.
forces, but they were meeting at my McDonald's. So when I
That's
realized
what's
that,
good.
you know, 'cause I could tell by the colors and, you know, I said, oh shit, that's the Deltas and the AKAs. So what I did was, you know, back then, that's when the McDonald's had that little thing where they would slide the food in to keep it warm until you pick it up. That little thing
Mm-hmm.
there in the middle. So I will lean on that and talk to the grill people while they're putting food inside the little thing. So my back is to the customers, to the audience,
Mm-hmm.
you know, to the people that sit in the lobby.
To the
So,
customers.
so what I would do is every now and then I would say, "Skiwi." So they looking around trying to figure out where it's coming from. I wait about 5 minutes, just wiping off tables, doing something else over here about a shake machine or whatever, getting filling my coat, my drinks or whatever for my customers, and I was like, ooh. Now the Delta's looking for it. And I was doing this like every 5 minutes the whole time they were here. Never letting them know where it's coming from. Because my back was always to them when I would do it. So, like I said, I was doing it every 5 minutes. And they was there for like 2 hours having a meeting. So for 2 hours I'm running them crazy.
You was
So I
driving
did
them
it.
crazy.
Yes. Just like Juicy. So finally I did it one time too many. And I went, "Ding." And them girls said, it's him. I called him. It's him right there. The one right there with the so color shirt on, blah, 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 blah. It's the
Called
manager.
you right out.
Yes. I said, I'm guilty. I'm sorry.
They should have whooped your ass.
They said, we was about to kill you. We was wondering where it was coming from.
Something fell.
But that was so funny. They was hearing their call
I
and
could imagine. 1 second.
they was hearing their call, but they didn't know where their call was coming from. I just want to remind all of the viewers, definitely go ahead and click that subscribe button. Subscribe, and most importantly, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate that so much. It means the world to us.
It really does. And we thank you. We thank you in advance. Because we on our way to 100,000.
We're trying to get 100K. We are
Let us
doing
get
great.
there. We
Terrell,
are.
definitely hit
I'm
that
so
subscribe button and that like button. We appreciate you so much. I'll put the link on the screen if anybody want to come on and chat live with us. You're more than welcome to do so. We put here.
I'm doing well. Today's been a very exciting day. So I'm floating on cloud 18. My baby graduated today.
Yes, I
What?
saw it.
How are you?
There's a link right there. If anybody want to come on live and chat with us, there's a link right there. I got about 5 videos I want to share, and we're going to chit chat on them real briefly until we move on.
I can't hear anything.
Oh Lord, her hearing going out. She getting old.
I'm gonna go out and come back in.
Okay. Mr. Legacy.
Yeah, let's get the show on, baby. We moving slow up.
We were having a conversation.
But I'm telling you, I'm the night is not the night. I'm not feeling well. I'm ready to get some rest.
But you was adding to the conversation.
But we're paused now. We ain't even talked about no dialogue yet. Crazy.
That motherfucker called me crazy.
Just as juicy is.
Well, listen, cause I didn't want to have to show the video twice. I was waiting for her to come back on so I could show the video once. And Mr. Enliven for you. There she is. Okay.
Yeah.
You hear me now, Juicy?
I do.
Okay. Here's a video called Men Who Hit Women.
Men who what?
Men Who Hit Women.
Oh.
You mean
And
women beaters?
And this is his philosophy on men who hit women. Check this out.
Men who hit women love those women that they hit. Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man. If he love you, he won't hit you. You lying to me? Don't you hit your kids? Don't you hit your kids and try to make your kid believe it? I'm doing this because I love you. Now turn around. No, come on, mom, daddy, please. No, I'm only doing this because I love you. I'm showing my kid that because I love you so much and I'm angry with you, I'm going to inflict harm that causes pain to you because I love you. So why I can't do that to my woman? If I can do it to my kid, why I can't do it to my woman? I take care of her. I make love to her. I make her why I can't whoop her? And I can whoop my kid. What's the different logic?
Lord, in the grease.
Juicy, you're a woman. Let's hear from you.
Well, first off, I don't beat my kids. So a nigga, I wish he would. That's what I got to say about that. No, we do. I wish he would. And I'm not saying that like God make it happen, but for real, that's insane. That is insane. Trying to sit where it don't look like I'm somewhere else. But okay, maybe this is better. Thank you so much. Beating anybody is not good. We should not use bodily harm. That is not a way to show that you love. Now, I do understand that the concept of parenting and discipline, we do say, I'm doing this because I love you. Because in the Bible, it says, if you spare the rod, if you spare the rod, you spoil a child. And that's not what we want to do. We want to be correcting them. And sometimes that rod is a paddle. It's the corrector stick. But it's not beating. It's correcting. Like we're not beating and giving black eyes and bloody noses like men do when they hit their women. It's a big difference. So my mama used to say, she used to call them love taps. And her tap was to get the attention of, you're not doing right. I want you to come back and correct yourself. And so I don't think I don't think he's right. We shouldn't hit each other. Okay. Legacy, can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you, Juicy.
Oh, I thought you was talking, saying you couldn't.
No, my neighbor
Gotcha.
was speaking to me.
Gotcha. Yeah, beating. No, I didn't. I love you. Everyone said congratulations and they're proud of you. He said thank you.
Telling him to get some of that money that they gave him. I need a loan.
For real. I need a loan. I do. Especially, I be saying to him like, man, can I borrow something? Like when your pay check come in, can we, can you give me some bucks?
Well,
I mean, just what you just say, Tony?
I was gonna put my 2 cents in.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say my 2 cents is I personally don't feel that anyone should have to put their hand on nobody. As far as your spouse, your mate, your partner, your lover is concerned, because
They're
I
not
should
your
have to
child.
I shouldn't have to beat you to make you understand or see how I feel. That's almost like a slave. That's what the master did to the slaves. He had to beat you to make you understand what he was saying. And I'm not just slave. My spouse is not my slave. They're not my child. I don't own them. It's not ownership, and you shouldn't have to beat them to their back, black and blue. It's one thing a love tap. A love tap is when you're hitting it from the back and you smack them on their ass. That's a love tap.
Ooh.
And that's warranted, accepted, smiled upon. They throwing it back and you jiggling it. You jiggling, but
The
to beat you,
scream even different.
okay, but to hit you until you black and blue and then unrecognizable,
You can hear
looking
that
like
till
the
it's
elephant,
swole.
man. That's unheard of. That's definitely a no. So love don't hurt.
And when I agree with you completely. Adult to adult, when we enter into a union of a relationship, as you should, Queen, congratulations to you and your son. Oh, thank you. When we enter into a relationship as adults, we come into an understanding that we agree to want to be with each other. Children it's not a relationship that we're entering. One is born to the other and they look to the person that they were born to, their parent, to guide them, to protect them, to take care of them, to do. So on that, if you have to discipline your child, like for me, I have 5. Some I can talk to, one I gotta beat. Like he don't it's no understanding. I can tell him to do something to stop. He gonna do it one more time to show me he can do it one more time. So he always was a tester. I had to pop him. He will tell you today, thank you, because yeah, I didn't beat him. No, I am so lazy. Lay down, turn over, and don't move, because I ain't trying to work. Let me go on and tap you how many times I need to tap you, and I'm done. I don't care if you cry. I ain't trying to hurt you. I'm trying to get your attention to know that what you just did is what unwanted behavior. And it's also the final straw after I've gone through different avenues to try to correct this behavior, and it ain't worked. I can't take nothing from you. I can't talk to you. I have to show you I mean this. And I'm not beating you because I love you and I want this to tickle you and make you feel good. I'm beating you, and let me take that. I'm spanking you and disciplining you because it's not a beat. There's a difference. We're not beating our children with bruises and making them bleed and stuff. We're correcting the children. And to me, even to this day, like I don't spank mine. I told them,
So we can't correct grown people.
you know how you can correct grown people? Walk
Stop
the
fucking
fuck
with them.
away. Because if that person don't respect you enough to love you enough to be in the correct light of you, like your energy, your aura should demand the love and respect that you're desiring. And that person who's in the relationship being with you should be able to give that to you. And if they can't, that's where you need to say, oh, this one isn't for me. Don't settle. Carry on. If you got to put your hands on somebody to get them to see eye to eye with you, that's abuse. That's controlling. It ain't gonna work.
That's prison time.
Prison, yeah. Don't jeopardize your livelihood, your future, your
I'm calling them.
well-being.
I'm calling
Yeah,
the people.
I ain't calling the people. I'ma cut you.
Ass going with him. You going with him to jail.
I don't have a problem.
Oh, that's self-defense.
They ain't gonna know that. They ain't gonna know that till they do the investigation.
Then she
And I
got out
don't
of
think
jail.
I
Once
would
they do
get
the
away with
investigation.
self-defense because I'm saying it right here and now. There are things that if this happened, like when the doctors look at the book and if this is what you do, my checklist is this is what I do.
I'm gonna say this. I thought this was a very good um topic they talked about on the show. Um, in the scenario, I can feel it because I do believe in discipline. I do. Um, I don't believe in beating on a woman. But I also understand that, like for instance, with my daughter, um, I guess my voice tends to straighten her a little bit more without me having to be, because I passed leather straps and belts around her ass cheeks a lot uh, growing up with my boys. So they needed more physical. Because I am a father that talks first. Strike one, strike two, strike three. I'm gonna hit a home run on the ass. But for my daughter, it's a different view because me physically putting my hands on her, it's like you're making juicy.
This is a sad topic, but it's needed. Hurting someone that trusts and love you. A lot of teenagers are going through this topic.
But
That's true.
spanking Naya physically, I believe, would set the tone and the okaying for a man to. I'm not saying she can't get one, but I would rather it be by um, a good woman that I'm in a relationship with, or like a mother figure. One of my nieces, my mama, uh, that person has to be someone that I know genuinely love her because
Watch the
me as her
kids.
dad, me
See the
as her
kids
dad, yeah,
running. That's spanking.
right now. But
Because they know better.
their parents do too, and the parents ain't over there governing them. So they parents need to be beat too. See, that's what you see now. It's okay to whoop ass. It's okay to whoop ass when children don't be doing good, whooping other people adults. We just said you don't put your hands on other adults, but now they parents need their ass whooped too. This is the same. You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about, Tony? That's what I'm talking about. But I don't want to be the man unless I necessarily have to. But I would prefer for a woman that loves my daughter that got her best interest at heart. I'm okay with them spanking and dealing with her. But Kamal say to the great Juicy, congrats and continued success to you, your son, and your family. We appreciate those words of kind wisdom, Kamal. Now he needs a $2,000 scholarship fund via what you say, Tony? You said we go GoFund. We'll have it up tomorrow. Just look for the link. But yeah, you don't have to put your hands on someone. And like Kate said earlier, if it got to be that, then go ahead and if first of all, if your mate doesn't listen to you, male or female, if your mate can't find time or values your opinion on something that you're trying to express to them that is either hurting you or bothers you or offends you, and they continually do it, they don't have respect for you. So you have to remove yourself from it. And most people don't just walk away on the first time somebody disrespect them or offend them or nothing like that. So a lot of times we end up giving people, opportunities to correct themselves. But once you get to the point that you realize that the individual is not going to correct themselves, you have to correct yourself, which is to get yourself together and get as far away from that person as you can, because they do not value you nor do they respect you. You don't have to
Because
put your hands on one another.
I'm a firm believer that sometimes that we as people we tend to get with the wrong person. The person is not necessarily meant for you, but that God predestined to be in your life. That means you're not equally yoked, and if you're not equally yoked, then obviously that person is not for you. Another thing I want to point out is, and this is a sad situation, is a lot of women, and it's not the bash women, but a lot of women are products of their environment. They saw their mom getting beat and mom didn't leave. So to them, that's normal. So they grow up and they go find a boyfriend and he beats them, but they keep it a secret and covers it up with the makeup, the big glasses, the long bangs, because mama did it and she stayed. So that's love to them. And that's not love, but that's what they think love is because that's what they saw at home when they was a little girl. And it's sad. And the reason I point this out too is because I remember when about maybe 15, 20 years ago, I remember I had a friend that was dating this guy, and my friend thought beating them was a symbol of love, and she would actually provoke the guy to the point where he would beat her. not not that kind of beat, but picking up golf clubs, a big wheel, the trash can. And after all that, she got up and fixed them dinner and everything. And because she felt, child, my man love me, girl. No, bitch, that man don't love you. You was almost dead. I can see the inside of
Ooh,
your eye.
so we our I can't remember which guest just posted and said this is a topic, a sad topic, but needed. You know,
Miss Ashley.
one I with being a life coach and when I work with people, a woman or a man comes to me, and getting help, and they have a family, then at that time we incorporate working with everyone in the household for the same rate. It's not no add-ons, it's what it is. And I find the reason for that is because a lot of times, like Legacy was saying, it's what and Tony, it's what they learned from before. So I challenge my parents to not beat their children and to come up with other ways of discipline, other tactics, because psychologically it does say if I spank my children will connect that as this is a way of showing love. And so when they are in a relationship in the future, they may be the ones to be beating because that's the way they show love. So the video we saw is like a typical life cycle of generation after generation us doing what we're not supposed to do. Now, the downfall is, again, children do need to be corrected. And what you said about that relationship where people are they thrive for that, and so that's what gets them and makes them feel love. Love that person enough to work them through that pain so that they can see what real love is, because it goes even deeper than that. There are people out here who I had someone ask me if like they were questioning things that I like sexually, and this wasn't recent. So for viewers, I don't want people looking and thinking, "Oh, you're talking about stuff like that." Years ago,
You talk about it.
and I do talk about it. But one of the things they asked was, did I like to be like forced sex? They enjoy the
Aggressive sex.
struggle, not just aggressive
Oh,
sex, but they
she talking.
prefer
It's almost like a version of rape.
right. I think that is insane that
Yeah.
people think
Yeah.
this is something someone would want. If you encounter a person in your life who wants to be hit in order to feel good, wants to be forced in order to feel good, psychologically, they need help. You need to be
The,
getting them some help.
who needs the help? The person who needs the help. The person that wants to enact it, or the person that okays it and play along with it.
The
Both.
person who wants the feeling, and the person who plays along with it needs help too. And why I agree with Tony with the both is because you got to have discernment and know what's right. We supposed to be acting in God's light, which is love. We not supposed to be here doing the devil's work. And it just because you know that this person likes this and this makes them feel good, that don't mean you give them that feel good when it's wrong. That's the same. People like crack. I ain't about to sit here and give you crack because you like crack. Like, it don't work like that.
So I think, and that's the example you just gave, Juice. I think that for the man that likes giving that type of, taking it, he's borderline a serial killer.
Yeah, he's borderline. He either done performed his act and seen the fear in the individual before, and he loves the adrenaline rush. But right now, this individual is his girlfriend. So when you got a person that's doing that, he's preparing for the rape of that individual. So that, hold on,
What
Mrs. Duck
advice
wants to
would you
say.
give teenagers that are learning how to control their emotions? Do you think dating boundaries should be taught at church, home, and in our Black community?
All of the above.
Yes, dating boundaries should be taught at home. They should be
First,
reinforced in church, and it should be practiced in the community. And I said it that way because at home is where your lessons get taught. That is where you are supposed to trust your environment and have that faith that everything in that setting is for your better good. And so at home, we should be teaching our children the boundaries of how they should interact with their friends, their teachers, the church members, and the community, because the church can abuse, the community can abuse. So we can't not do it at home and expect the church to do, and the church take advantage of our children. We need to do what we need to do. We have to be the parents and teach what's right. Teach good touch and bad touch. No tickling. I do not like people who tickle. If you ain't tickling my feet, I got a problem with you, especially those people who like to tickle stomachs. I don't like that stuff.
I agree with you. It definitely should be taught at home, but again, 50% of the time it's not being taught at home. So where are the teenagers learning it? They're learning it in the streets amongst their friends, the public, the general public, the internet, the World Wide Web. And so they're learning the wrong thing or the wrong way, what love is and what's acceptable, what's okay, and how to fit in. So a lot of times, it's not being taught at home because mom or dad, single family households, most of the time, especially in the Black and brown communities, are working 9 hours a day, or they're away from the house 9 hours a day. 3 o'clock, the child is home. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the child comes home. parent will come home to probably 6 o'clock in the evening. So that's 3 hours that the child has to get into mischief. And as we say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So that child got
Well,
of a mind that's sitting there saying, now what should I get into? Now you got on this shoulder, you got the devil saying, well, call Johnny. If it's a girl, call Johnny. You know he like you. He love you.
Tony,
And now you're mistaking what love is, so you call Johnny.
Tony, another thing is we're definitely at a perverse time in the world and in society. We're at a place where things that we really didn't get to see as kids openly, like women and men naked in the bed on regular television shows. That was X-rated stuff. That was
Mm-hmm.
X-rated stuff. You didn't see that stuff. If you did see Leave It to Beaver, anybody, with mom and dad, even those shows show mom and dad like in two separate beds. And then when you watch the Cosby Show, Martin and them, even if Gina and Martin was in the bed with one another, they was almost fully clothed
Pajamas.
and pajamas. But as you notice throughout the years, television has eroticized itself to where you see women get up out of the bed in nine panties and their titties showing on regular television. So and then we also have to understand that social media, all this internet stuff, has allowed for um you can govern your kids as much as you want to home. But there are other kids who are not governed, and those are the kids that your kids are friends with. So what they don't see at your house, they see on other people's phone. What they don't see on their phone because you got it monitored, they see on other kids' phones. And it be those kids that they're trying to impress or want to emulate that they start to follow behind. And you can be the best mom and dad, you can be the best tag team, whatever you want to be. At the end of the day, your children spend more time with other people than they do with you. Now, Cake, on the other hand, had a greater advantage than most people, and she did it single parently, but she did it well. But most parents are not, able to stay home and watch their kids and teach them and guide them more hands on because the more that your children are exposed to these uh, erotic, perverted, let's look at schools now. Schools are introducing sexual activities, books in kindergarten now. Yeah, they're in certain states they are allowing for kids to understand sex. If they're a boy, that they can be a girl. If they're a girl and they want to be a boy, that they can change this and that. And that's okay for adults to make decisions on. That's okay if adults, want to make those decisions. But those things shouldn't be put off on a child when their mind is at its most developed stage of life, in between, 1 through let's give it 10. And most people's mind and brain doesn't fully develop until they're 23. So mothers and fathers, aunties, uncles, granddaddies, uncles, all of us can do the village thing, and it can be great, hopefully for the overall. But at the end of the day, when our kids are not around us, they do kid shit. And they do shit that their friends want them to do because a lot of times our kids are not strong enough mentally and not okay with being accepted by other students, to where when you go to tell them, oh, well, we're not going to be friends, you're not cool. You have to have your child mentally strengthened and understand that, hey, if you don't, if you want to rock like this and I don't, and you don't want to be my friends, I'm cool with that because I know who I am. But most of our kids are not mentally stable and strong like that.
That. Oh, you want to move on?
Go ahead.
That's why we should do it at home, because the boundary. So the first part of the question was, what advice would you give to the teenagers? Talk to your parents. Your parents are your best friends. If you can't find it in both, find that buddy system in one. And I know that we often say, I'm not my child's friend. You parent don't have to be your child's friend, like as if she's your friend, or he's your friend, but you need to be their best friend. They need to be comfortable to come and share whatever is going on with them, with you, so
Amen.
they can get the guidance that they need because you're the clarity that they need. So I say my advice would be to teenagers as well as to the teenagers' parents, the young kids, even the grown ones, have that line of communication open to be able to talk freely about what troubles, what curiosities come, what situations arise, because we can't do this and navigate through life alone. Everybody needs a help. That's why we're here. We didn't come here by ourselves. And so the whole reason that you have a parent is because they've already went through that experience, and they'll be able to be that light to help you through what is. Nubian is in that dating era, right? And she said a guy had asked her out on a date, but the way he came at her, she was like, I'm not feeling it. It don't feel right. The other day he saw her, and in leaving he said to her, I love you. Nubi said, oh, that's a red flag, because I learned that any man or anybody who tells somebody they love them without even knowing them, like in that type of light, I've learned through experience and lessons from you, Ma, that I need to stay away from those type of people. They're trying to manipulate me to get me to feel comfortable to be with them because they're trying to say they love me.
Right.
If
Listen, let me ask
I
you
had
something,
not
Kate.
had these
Kate, let me
conversations,
ask you a
she wouldn't
question.
have said that. Hmm.
But let me ask this question right quick on just on what Juicy just said. Have they been communicating on phone and text?
They have text, and I think they tried to talk, but the conversation wasn't. She said ain't nothing she shared with him that he should love her about.
But see, that's the thing that people don't understand. Of course, we may believe that that's bullshit, but in his mind, he may have those feelings. And she may not, she might, nigga, we ain't communicating and have no bond like that. I'm going to sleep with you on the phone. I wake up and talk to you like that on the phone. But in his mind, that's why relationships to me is a mind thing. Because if you, when a person shuts their mind off to you, their emotions change, their feelings change because they block you out. But in his mind, just like serial rapers, serial killers, they believe in their mind that, oh, I love you. Oh, your body was. That's how you ever heard when people say that rapists say when they molesters say that the 3-year old was enticing him. But something's wrong with you. The
I
3-year old almost
had
might have a cramp on, and you talking about the 3-year old booty was fat. And but it's a sickness that we can't control someone else's mental thoughts of how they feel and view you.
I agree with that. I have had a guy say he loved me enough to hurt me, because I had another guy one time feel that disfiguring my face or trying, and not that I allowed it to happen. I didn't get beat. I took the thought of his saying and said, okay, I'll talk to you some other time, and I just ghost him. But the thoughts that they say is like, I think you'll look good with a black eye, and I think with that black eye nobody else will want you.
Damn.
If you had a busted lip, and men, people, not just men, because I know women who abuse men too. There are women out here who will pinch and squeeze and do weird stuff to men,
Yeah,
and
I've been abused many times.
they think that that's cool. None of this is cool. Violating someone's well-being is not a cool thing. It's not a cool act.
Well, I just want to let y'all know I've been abused many times. Whatever.
With your white boxers, I'm just trying to get the visual.
And you know what's crazy is that when I'm telling the truth, I've been abused before. That women and men don't believe that men have been abused.
You know what?
Men may
I
have, but not you.
apologize. I
Hold on,
empathize with
Kate. What
you,
he say? Hold on, what he say, Kate?
I said men may have been abused, but not you.
but not you. I said I empathize with you.
Damn.
Moving right along. I have a video, just a break between the next actual topic. Here's a guy that received his paycheck. I guess he had been taking child support out of his check. This is a check that child support wasn't taken out, so they're no longer taking child support out of his check. And this is his reaction.
Yeah.
Is that hot?
No more child
I love
support.
that song.
One more time, Tony. Put that thing on one more time.
Come on. I need to hear the whole song now.
Listen, that's the fine song ever wrote right there in the video.
Okay. Yes.
I feel that.
I
I
don't
feel
think I got a
that.
whole check this time.
Yes, sir.
You got
Yes,
the whole
sir.
check. The whole
You
check.
don't even want you don't even want
Listen.
the children to call him.
Period.
Listen. I wonder if my baby daddy gonna feel that way in few years. In few years.
Okay.
Look
Hey,
right now. Let me go run to the courthouse and file some alimony papers. Let me let them know.
hey,
No.
Juicy, they'll do that video right there, and they'll have him get ready to do the song, and he'll go, oh, and then the paper slide in front of the new alimony papers.
Okay.
Right.
Song go on.
It's
Well,
gonna
listen.
end.
The next topic I have this video is called "An Eye for an Eye." Let me explain the situation real quick. There was a white officer, a white cop, that was called by a nosy neighbor to two kids playing. There were two little kids, probably 8, 9 years old. You know, a black boy, white girl playing in the neighborhood, playing cops and robbers or whatever. The kid had clearly a toy gun, a plastic gun, with the orange tip. You know, the orange tip is that there's a toy gun. So he walked the boy running
Technically a
out there.
water gun.
He could be a water gun too. Yep. The little boy's in there going bang bang, bang bang. The gun not even making no noise. He making a noise with his mouth. Bang bang, bang bang. They playing in the front yard or whatever. So cop comes along, white cop comes along, and tells the boy to put down his weapon and to comply. Well, at whatever age the boy was, he didn't know what comply was.
I think it was 10.
You know, because in elementary school, I didn't know the word comply. You
Mm-mm.
know, and because he didn't, he banged him. The little kid, he unlived him. So the mother took things in her, took some things upon herself to get him back. And I'm gonna
Well,
play this.
first, Tony, first make sure you give him the information that the man was not indicted.
And yeah, the officer was not indicted. Nothing. He did nothing wrong. But you got all that from the video. So I'm gonna show the video and you'll see what the mother did. And tell me, what would you have done? And two questions: what would you have done? And do you think she was wrong? Check this out.
Y'all see this beautiful lady right here? I'm going to find her information and I'm going to put money on her books. Because she's about to go to jail, probably for a very, very long time. And I support her fully. So let me tell you what happened. This police officer right here was called to a scene by a nosy neighbor This little boy had a cap gun with the little orange cap, which you could see the little orange cap. Him and his little friend, he's a little black boy, she's a little white girl. They're running around playing with the gun. He's pretending, bang, 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 to shoot her, and they're playing outside. He gets up, he comes up and tells the little 10-year-old boy to drop his to comply, to drop his weapon. He's 10. He's a baby. He don't really know what that means. And because he does not comply, he unalives him. A jury acquits him. This beautiful lady, who was a nurse, took some HIV-infested needle, blood, and injected him with it. And what she said was an eye for an eye. As I die slowly every day because my son is gone, you get to do the same thing. This is beautiful justice to me. Whether anybody agrees with me, if I lose some followers, I'm so sorry. But I'm okay with. So I gotta look. I'm gonna have to research where she is when she gets her sentence, so that I can put money on her books. Amazing, great, happy. This is a sad, happy ending. I am all for this story. I'm all for this mother.
Kate, I'm gonna let you go first as a mother. I'm gonna let you go first.
What would you have done? And you think she was wrong?
Um, I do not feel that anyone is wrong in what they choose to do. I'm very stuck because I do hear that we are brought up that vengeance is not ours, said the Lord. But then when I look at the definition of Lord, Lord is not God. Lord was the ruler of that time, trying to control people and what they were doing. And vengeance would be you might go back and kill that man who was called Lord, because the Lord was doing some fucked up shit to people called peasants. So I don't think that it's a vengeance is not mine, said the Lord. I think that if you wise enough and you can get away with it, and it came to your spirit, God brought you to it, you might as well do it. I have a 9-year-old son, gonna be 10, who knows what comply means because I use the term, but I don't think that in that setting and an officer came, he would think I need to put this down and listen to what this officer says. Because when you're playing, you're playing. You don't know these people don't know that. Like, I know this is a fake gun. I'm a kid. Why are you an adult and you don't know it? So children look to especially cops and people in uniforms as their protector, because that's what they're taught in school. Like, you're supposed to be able to trust the cop and go to them and be safe. So I don't even think that that child felt threatened or intimidated until he felt that bullet pierce his body. I probably would not have took an IV, a needle with HIV and said, as I die slowly, you gonna die slowly too. No, maybe cut your throat, shoot you with your gun, and watch you die, bleed out, because it take a while for you to bleed out. I'm gonna do it where you ain't gonna be a call and get no help. I'm gonna make sure it's a unlivened. I think that's the best way to do it. I don't feel she was wrong at all. And I'm like that lady. I don't want us to lose followers. So please, you all, do not unlike. Please keep continuing to subscribe. Don't hurt our channel and show because of my views based on a child needing to be protected, because that is an extension of the village. I'm a village for children, and I advocate for children being taken care of and protected the right way.
I want to know what the viewers that are here. I want to hear what they would do. But
Let me I want to just, this is right here is touchy for me, definitely. It's amazing to me how this whole setting reminds me of Emmett Till. And even though it wasn't Emmett Till had a toy gun, Emmett Till came from a city and a state where it was okay to speak to white people at the time when he was born. And his mother had got away from that rough state where she grew up in, where you could get killed if you speak to white women a certain way. Or even look, this young man was playing with a young white lady, little girl, his friend, and they could have been simply playing cops and robbers. We grew up playing cops and robbers. Cops and robbers, cowboys and Indians. Pow pow, pow pow. Don't remember any police officers being known of murdering kids, little white boys, black boys playing cops and robbers in the middle of the street, running across the street, police stop. Y'all get out the road. Them the same little cap guns we had as kids with the little orange things on it to distinguish toy from real.
Ashley
Kate,
said, if I were the mother, I would have got the neighbor as well.
yes, definitely.
And the
Um,
reason
but
being, because like that neighbor is a neighbor. They've been living next to each other.
but this is the problem. This cop, you can't. Whoa, you can't tell me that this cop didn't know, beyond the shadow of a doubt, that he would get away with this killing, because all it takes is for one person to say not guilty, but not just one person didn't say not guilty. The whole 12 jurors said not guilty, and he was acquitted, meaning that he could never be brought back on charges of this again, ever. You're telling me that we're in a time now where black people walk around thinking that we're equal. You're walking around thinking because you got a job, that because you can ride in the same cars, that you can buy and live in the same neighborhoods now as your enemies, and with your enemies, that you're safe. When it took your neighbor who lived next door to you to call and say that your child was out here with a gun. And he was pointing a gun at a little white girl. And a police officer came with intent, because there was nothing that little boy could have did. You could have said, son, put your gun down and walk over here to me. Not comply. Okay, he's 10. Maybe he don't understand what it is I'm saying. Son, where do your mama live? Right there. Go get mommy. But when you do not have cops who has, what is the people skills, and they're militarized, and they view everything of different ethnicities as a threat, and all they need is one motive that they know that they can get off with. And it was a little black boy that was 10 who had a gun in his hand. And that's all he needed, because racism still exists today, y'all.
mhm.
And it's a large beacon. But the difference is the uniforms have changed. They no longer walk around with Ku Klux Klan, neo Nazis uniforms on to let you know we're here. They do it in the jury box by not convicting officers for wrongly killing people. They do it in the judge's chamber. They do it by the judge who's sitting up on the podium. They do it in the district attorney's office. They do it over there in the sheriff's office. and they do it in the police department. This is where they lie. They do it in the doctor's office. This is where more black women die than any other race in the hospital giving birth to children. This is where they lie. When are we going to wake up and understand that you are no longer fighting an enemy that you can see? You're fighting an enemy that has power, innate power, physically than we do. They got shields, they got sororities, they got organizations, they got the largest gang in the world called police officers. As many people that we've done seen in the last 15 years that get killed by police that are videotaped, and you can see it and see that the person done nothing wrong, and they walk away scot free. That woman did what she did. She already had done resonated in her mind. She was okay with going to jail for the rest of her life. Oh, thank you, thank you. It's I can't how to say it. Says what did it say, Tony?
Right legacy.
Yes, Darrell, thank you. And the thing is, when if you're and you know I say this all the time, Tony. The reason this carries on and continually goes on is because there's no there's no there's no retaliation. And the crazy thing it bothers me about black people and hood people, if I fight your brother in the street, black man to black man, and I beat him up, you're willing to get guns and go shoot up my mama house. You willing to go shoot up my grandmama house, children and everything playing down the yard. White officer unjustifiably murders your cousin, and you motherfuckers do nothing. You motherfuckers wear t-shirts and march. He go home, fuck his wife, pat his child on the head and say, I killed me another nigga.
You
When
know,
are we, hold on, Kate, when are we going to say, fuck it? It's all out warfare. When you kill one of us, one of y'all gotta go, whether it's your child, whether it's your mammy, whether it's your auntie, uncle, you have to live with that pain. The same way that mother, that child, that father, that grandmama, brother, sister have to walk around with that innate pain that that I no longer can see my child anymore. And the only way people change that pain is by the other person having to feel that same pain. But we scared. We scared. Guess who was scared in that same manner at that time, in that day and time? Guess who was scared just like that about uprising and standing up and turning against master? Slaves. Y'all niggas still slaves. You got it,
you
Kate.
know, well, I was gonna say, you know, and not even to just keep it on a race, because even if it's one of us who do a child wrong to prevail, and especially in the light of, um, it's that's we you know the first topic we talked about was where it should start at, and that's why I say it should start at home, because when I said the church could do you wrong, the community can do you wrong, but if you don't know at home how to maneuver in these environments when wrong is being done, you'll think that it's okay. And like the kid, he didn't know to comply, but he also didn't feel threatened. I don't feel either because it's a neighbor, you know. And so we have to, we can't just let our children be naive in this world that there is no harm. I tell my kids all the time, like, I speak to you about things and share with you all because I don't want you to be misbelief of the world is fair, the world is kind. Like, you got friends who gonna pick at you, but they gonna also say they're your friend. So you have to know what's like. I read recently we should stop using the word friend with people. We should say that's my coworker, that's my supervisor. You know, we should put people in the category of who they are and how we know them. Because when we confuse friend, those like our children can be confused as well. And I say that because I remember my children thinking someone was my friend because they saw them around me and we were cool with each other. But when we had a falling out because of how they were treating me, and it was, oh, he's not friend anymore. No, that person's not a friend anymore. You know, and it wasn't for them to look at them as they're a bad person, but I had to explain the truth about the person. Like I even was recently said, you shouldn't tell your children um, about like the problems you go through with your family because that's what you go through with your family, but that's not their experience. And I said, oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna explain to my children all the things that I go through so they could see the difference in each situation and know how to judge character. We gotta stop trying to cover up all these things and keep secrets and try to hide people's character as if it's not what it is. If it's a snake, it's a snake. And be truthful about it. They need to know the difference between a snake, a corn snake, a field snake, a cobra, an anaconda. They need to know the difference between all of these that's gonna come after them because all of them gonna strike in a different way. And they may think that that little green garden snake that's friendly ain't gonna bite, and it turned around and it went through a green slime, and it was a black, was some, what's the black one? Black racers,
Mm-hmm.
a black mamba. So
Both of
it'll
them.
kill you. Yeah. So I don't think we gotta really be very communicative with our children, open. Like what I go through is definitely what my children should know and learn because it could be their journey as well. And if not, I don't prepare them, who will?
Lexi, did you answer what would you do?
I'm more like Juicy. I think the mother did it very strategically because she had to be close up and personal. You know, he could have like after the guilty verdict came up and tried to apologize, and she had it in her hand and went on ahead and injected it with him because guaranteed she wouldn't have been able to come into the courtroom with a gun. Guaranteed she wouldn't have been able to get around. They definitely was looking for that, but nobody was looking for the needle in the haystack. So I think she did exactly what she was supposed to do. She had already got her business and affairs in order before she done that.
Right.
And you know what? She probably did have her affairs in order.
Yeah, she was. You can look at her face. That was her mug
Because
shot. That could have been her mug shot. That lady was
oh,
already okay with it. Going to jail. She knew what she was doing. But let me tell you what pisses me off. There was not a father in sight, and I promise you, uh, none of my kids' mothers wouldn't have to sacrifice themselves for that. Because I've already mentally set my mindset to do that. If anything, it should have been saying mother and father, not just a mother alone. But a lot of times, this great mother probably was raising her son by herself.
Right.
Sad, but mama, I totally agree with you.
Well, my response and my rebuttal is I don't think she did anything wrong. And like Juicy said, you know, um, and like Ashley said, one, we're gonna get the neighbor. And, I don't know what happened, but the neighbor house just blew up, and she happened to be in it. Um, and coincidentally, so did the officer's house, and him and his whole family was in it. You know, well, I don't know what happened, but they gotta go.
You can't. You listen. We can no longer live on this planet together. The only way we can live on this planet together is if my son went or my daughter went, yours went. We can live. We can coexist eye for eye. But what you won't do is get up every day and you won't get your daughter will or son will not graduate.
Period.
I mean, if I have to wait till your child is at graduation day and everybody done forgot what you done, and I'm in the graduation stand in the front, and as soon as they call her name, I pull this big stick out and hit her with it, walk up, and blood splatter everywhere. That's when you'll understand what it is to lose. See, you got to see yours get this far. Mine ain't even get the 5th grade award.
Mm-hmm.
Sad graduation, ain't it?
Wow. I got two more real short videos. One is called "When a Man Loves You," and one is men versus males. This is peace over pussy. So which one should we gonna show first? When a man loves you, or
when a man loves you?
Wait, say the second one.
The second one is men versus males. There's a lady pointing out the difference between a men and males, and then she says peace over pussy.
Okay, I'm with Legacy. Go with it.
So we're gonna do when a man loves you. That's nothing to really discuss. We're gonna just show it, and then we'll go right into the next one.
Okay.
When a man really loves you, you won't have to ask. Let me repeat this for a second. When a man really loves you, when a man really is into you, you will never have to ask. You will never have to ask for date nights. You will never have to ask for gifts for no reason. You will never have to ask for time. You will never have to ask for affection. You will never have to ask for communication, patience. You will never have to ask to be desired. You will never have to ask for reassurance, because when a man loves you, it is never an inconvenience. When you are dealing with a real man, it is his pleasure to give you money. It is his pleasure to open you up to new experiences. It is his pleasure to make you come. It is his pleasure to provide for you. It is his pleasure to protect you. It is his pleasure to do whatever it takes to keep you satisfied and feeling loved and feeling appreciated. And it is his pleasure to consider the way that he makes you feel. If you got one of these, don't take it for granted, because I am telling you, they are far and few. And if you got a man right now that does this, you need to send it to him, because it should be your pleasure to be his woman.
Amen.
Amen.
Ashley says, you are absolutely correct, Juicy. Children watch their parents bound. Okay, the last video, men versus males. She's gonna distinguish the difference. And peace. I don't see any Chromecast for capture-enabled TVs linked to your account. Peace over pussy.
Men are starting to value peace over pussy. If this woman is not bringing you peace, send her back to the streets. A lot of women are not understanding that males and men are completely different. When it comes to the males, they tolerate disrespect, neglect, being emasculated, having to chase up behind you, beg you to act right. No man would ever. A lot of the males are the ones that a lot of us vibrate with. We attract them because all we're used to dealing with and attracting are males and getting away with certain things. When it comes to men, we feel like all 25 of them let me get this also, you should be the same way. And men don't go for that shit at all. They know their value. Men will upgrade you, elevate you, help you to evolve, mature, and grow as a woman. They understand what they bring.
Men. Oh, I was on mute, and I was saying that's what separates boys from men.
Right.
And just
So,
because I like how you said men versus males.
so in this example, the males will be the boys, and the
Right,
men will be men.
right. So I agree with both of these people. If a man loves you, he's going to do that. But if a person loves you, oh, you're absolutely correct, Juicy. Children watch their parents set boundaries, and they also watch their parents not stand sound on their boundaries. I'm very thankful for my children because they've called me out when they've been like, Mom, but that ain't what you told us how we supposed to do it. Like you going against what you supposed to do. And they corrected me on where my boundaries should be when I was thinking that a guy, a male, was loving me. What I wanted was the love, and I was like, well, if this is what I'm gonna get, then let me get it. But it was making me sacrifice and go against my boundaries in order to receive it. And when my son called me out on it, like that's not our program. You set these boundaries, you put them in place. You say to me that I have to have discernment and discipline in order to persevere in life, and so should you. That's one of the reasons why you speak with your children and you do it at home, because accountability lies within your home. Your children are watching you and they're taking direction and guidance from you. And when they see you stepping out of line, with you having a clear, open communication of life and the right ways things should be, because that's what your perspective is, they can reflect that back to you. They'll be pulling your coat and your tail and saying, hey, come back and do what you know you're supposed to do. Because we slip and slide a lot. We do. Um, Men will be willing to do these things, but also women and men pay attention to those who are so freely to give it soon or right away, because a lot of times, legacy, push your mute button.
Okay.
Because a lot of times, people use the things that that man was saying as a way to manipulate. They will do these things because they know that that's what it would take to get this person to like them, to be comfortable, to allow them to then be taken advantage of. So you have to make sure you're focused and pay attention to see the genuineness of it. And if your boundaries are being overstepped, it's not genuine. Uh-oh, they walking up on me like I'm in trouble.
Tony,
yes.
um, I think the statement that the young lady made was was a valid point. I mean, sometimes women don't,
Legacy. Legacy.
huh?
You sound robotic. Go out and come back in.
Well, I'm
Mm, it was crackling in my ear. What you think about the lady?
I think the lady was absolutely right with pointing out, but I agree with you. Like you said, in her example, um, the males represented the boys. So she separated the men from the boys. And just because you have a penis, don't make you a man. You know what I'm saying? That makes you male, biologically.
Ashley said, yes, my daughters are super protective over me. And children will be, especially because they know your value. You mean the world to them.
So yes, I agree with the lady at 110%. Um, And I agree with the man video that we did earlier, right before it, was she saying, if a man truly loves you, what you don't have to do and what you will do and what he will do, and that was so profound and so true. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna delete his video. I'm gonna save it for future shows, just to reiterate and remind a woman, when a man loves you, this is what you should, automatically expect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, I'm glad you showed and had these topics because it's summertime now. Happy summer solstice, everyone, as well. I meant to say that in the beginning. And it's hot. And the hotter times we tend to dress less, show a little bit more, and that's when the attraction starts to, like, everybody's hormones is flaring, and people liking what they see. They like the sundresses and how the booties jiggle in them. They like the men and the hoochie daddy shorts. I mean, it's a win-win for everybody in this era of summer.
That penis dingling in them shorts.
Just, it ain't dingling. Them hoochie shorts, they got it pressed to the leg. You see the print. We have, what they say, we have, what did they say, what y'all call us, Kyle? What is it? When our print be showing, what they be, camel toes.
Camel toe, yeah.
Yeah, y'all be having horseshoes. They be hooked around. Okay. I see
baby
you
leg.
working with. Yes, a whole baby leg. But for real, like, that's being funny, but the realness of it is these are things that are out here today. And as we're indulging in life, because it's summertime, most of the children, like they were asking, what did the teenagers are going through this? Because it's summer. They don't have studying. They have more time to engage in each other. So now they falling even deeper in love. And it's hot, so we're seeing less and we're seeing skin. So now it's more touching going on. And the confusion is, okay, possession. That's mine. This is mine. No. What's mine is mine. What's yours is yours. If I share me with you, you've been blessed and honored to have some of me. Not I'm yours. And we have to really get these things into the kids' minds of their value and their worth, so that they can move forward and protect themselves, because manipulation is out there. We got grown old men going for children. I mean, women that are younger than their children, and think it's okay. Like, if you're dating someone younger than your own child, were you looking at your child? Were you looking at her friends? Like, there's something going on. We got to wonder about these things.
Something's definitely wrong
And
with that.
yeah, but the other part of it is that young lady who goes for that older man, and I've had an older guy before, and I'm gonna tell you, the comfort and the security is what was there for me, but I didn't see the issue until later in life, when I realized, wait a minute, I'm his daughter's age. Like,
Okay.
this ain't healthy. This
Right.
is a little sick, actually. And I had to think about it, like, oh my, it was fun. He was able to be there and to do and to provide, but it was things that I was looking for that had nothing to do with love. It had to do with convenience. And if you're raising your children and helping them grow to see that what they're looking for is love and not convenience, then they might choose to go play basketball or golf or bowl or hopscotch or double dutch instead of fucking.
So you didn't see it because y'all both was grown. But see, if you went back a few years when he was 20 and you was 10, then don't that sound strange?
Right.
You
There's
know,
too many mango seasons I would have had to have.
right? He 20, wait, super grown, and you 10. You
Mhm.
still in elementary school.
Hmm. And so growing up, always the people, drug dealers on the corner, I'm gonna give you 5 mango seasons. I'm coming for you, girl. So I look forward to when my season came because they coming for me, and I know they gonna do this, they gonna do that, and I'm so glad I had my father, I had my grandfather. I'm glad at that time I even had brothers in my life that helped me see a different perspective of how men should be towards women. And that let me know that I don't need to wait no mango seasons. They just waiting for me to get right. There we go. Welcome back. We was talking waiting for you.
Um, I really did. I think I saw this video before. Um, if I may, Tony, could you run it back again right quick?
Yeah, because you seen it, because I got it from you.
Yeah.
Men are starting to value peace over pussy. If this woman is not bringing you peace, send her back to the streets. A lot of women are not understanding that males and men are completely different. When it comes to the males, they tolerate disrespect, neglect, being emasculated, having to chase up behind you, beg you to act right. No man would ever. A lot of the males are the ones that a lot of us vibrate with. We attract them because all we're used to dealing with and attracting are males and getting away with certain things. When it comes to men, we feel like all 25 of them let me get this off, so you should be the same way. And men don't go for that shit at all. They know their value. Men will upgrade you, elevate you, help you to evolve, mature, and grow as a woman. They understand what they bring.
Is he doing the mannequin challenge?
He do look a
No,
little
they'd be freezing
frozen.
something. I had to switch phones.
But this one is the one you should use because that bloop, 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 when you talk, and it's been for a few weeks now, it's not there right now.
Well, when I earlier I had on the headphones and it wasn't really doing that. But um, I do think that there's a difference between male and men. But the
Yeah.
same way.
Lips not moving.
Oh well.
Did you get a phone call?
Can you hear me?
We
Yeah,
can
we
hear
hear you
you.
fine. Just your
Okay,
lip
we're gonna
moving.
have to. Well, the same way that when women okay the fashion for sagging, right? Women okay the fashion for sagging. Once men had the understanding that women or girls like them walking around with their boxers and they drawers showing, they thought it was cool, they made it fashionable, then that's what took over because most men dress how women like for them to look. The majority overall. Because there are some women that do not like sagging. But the overall, depending on the age group, they do. The same way men don't like women with the super big ass butterfly eyelashes. But guess what? Because most men are most boys, most boys are okay with allowing their woman to walk out the door with big ass butterfly. I'm talking about caterpillar eyelashes, knowing damn well it's too much. But because they're in a state of I need some pussy, they're gonna go with whatever it take to get their mission complete. But a man, we talking about a man who's not gonna be disrespected in any shape, form, or fashion by no man or no woman, is going to have the testicular fortitude to tell his wife, hey baby, you're not doing that. And your pussy don't control me. So most women can control and manipulate most men for just the hope of being able to get some pussy. Those are boys. I've been that a lot. I've been that a lot in life. Cause I'm talking about every time I hit the front door, I'm talking about it was my nose was to the sky, where it's at. But the more I became a man and started to gather more self-respect for myself and what it is I will go, what I will take and what I won't go through, that's when I understand that vagina no longer had control over me. And that's something that most men have to understand, especially men of value. When I say of value, I don't mean the one they talk about high value, which is monetary. We're talking about the men of high value that understand their worth, what they bring to a woman's life, how they enhances a woman's life, and help children become greater. The mother and the children become greater to society. But most boys, because are men who just out here trying to fuck, they don't really care about what the woman do, how the woman dress, what the woman, you know what I'm saying? We don't care. We just want what we want, and that is the difference. But right now, with the movement of Kevin Samuel, bringing a lot of things to the table, giving me in different viewpoints on how to look at things, different women podcasts that spill the tea on little things that women do to control and manipulate and all. The ATL show bringing topics to the light to be able to give different viewpoints. I do believe that the shift of men and how they look at have shifted and we will eventually everybody will eventually fall back into their regular nature of women and men.
I'm glad you asked him to replay it because listening to it a second time, I heard a little something different. And the part where she was saying about a man won't tolerate because he knows his worth being disrespected and all these things. I agree with that. A woman won't be disrespectful to a man that she sees that's a man to her. But
Yep.
when she's feeling disrespected, violated, and all these things, and she doesn't respect you as a man, then she's going to give you back that same energy. And that's then, it's like now you have a plan going on. Two children, a girl and a boy, not a woman and a man. And it's sad that it could go flip flop the same way. What a woman can do, a man can do. That's why boundaries need to be implemented and set even with children so that you grow up with these boundaries. Because when you set the boundaries young and you let them evolve and develop them into when they get into an adult, what's best for them, it cuts out this bullshit era of boy or man. What they're gonna attract is gonna be what they're needing. And when they're receiving something different than what they're supposed to be having, like they thinking they got this man, but it turned out to be a little fuck boy, they know how to cut that shit off right away. And that's where we need to be maneuvering in life. Setting our standards, putting ourselves on pedestals. Like, why should you not be on a pedestal? You are a child of God, and God is a king. So that means you're a prince or you're a princess. And once you have children, you done did the same acts, brought forth life. You're just as godly in kingship as the next person. You shouldn't be settling for mediocrity, not even in the person, not in the treatment, not in the relationship. And men and women respect each other, but hurt people hurt people.
That's true.
Amen.
Okay. Well, that concludes a wonderful show. But before we go forward and before Legacy closes out, I just want to welcome a newest member to my family, Miss Chanel Brown. This is my dog that was given to me 2 days ago by my sister Tiama, who's not on the show tonight, who's one of our cast members. And thank you, Tiama. Chanel is just as spoiled as she want to be, as you can clearly see. So Chanel
Chanel
Brown,
is cute.
she's the newest member to the family.
And she's old as Tony.
I thought she was a puppy.
Niggas are just talking.
All right, so okay, I'm gonna leave. I ain't even gonna touch that with a can of paint.
Okay,
I love
ladies.
Chihuahuas too. I love Chihuahuas.
Is that the kind of dog that is? I thought
Yeah.
she said that was a mix with a pit bull.
No, I didn't take that one.
Oh,
Juicy, I know you know damn well that ain't look like no pit bull.
mix could be look like anything. I done seen a pit bull and a poodle, and they ain't look like no pit bull.
They needed to go. God, that was an abomination before God.
When I tell you that was the funniest looking dog I have ever seen. It had curly hair. It didn't actually, let me take that back. It had the body and the front legs like a pit bull, but everything else was a poodle. And it wasn't a standard poodle, it was like a miniature size, but the pit bull body gave it some body, you know? And it had all this curly hair on it like a poodle. And when that thing barked, it said,
They gonna call that a they gonna call that dog a pit doodle.
oh. Why somebody tried to say we got a purebred labradoodle?
That's two dogs.
Purebred labradoodle. We need help. Our
Okay.
people need help. We need lots of help. Today was a great show. Thank you for
Yes, it
the
was.
topics, Tony. You didn't do any would yous. We're not doing them tonight.
I don't have any would you rather's tonight.
No, okay. Okay.
Well, we're gonna get ready to go and close it out for the night. We're gonna give a shout out first, right quick. Tell we might have to start looking for you like we do on Waldo or something sometime. Carmen San Diego and shit. Um, but we love you. You know, call us if you need us anything wrong. Holler at your brothers and sisters. We're gonna go ahead and bring out the juiciest cakes in the business, the one and only, my sister Cakey Cake. Let them know.
So you can find me here every Tuesday and Thursday. That's 9 o'clock on Tuesday and 8 o'clock on Thursday. And for all your homeopathic health healing needs, you can check out my website, www.enliventoyou.com. Facebook is Miss Juicy, Instagram is Miss Beautiful, and TikTok Miss Juicy Cakes. And my Bigo is Juicy. My email is winnie@persevere.com. Between the email and the website, you can set up a consultation.
We're gonna go ahead and bring out Tony. Excuse me, my bad. We're gonna go ahead and bring out the pain in my side. I'm talking about he gives me sometimes it just feels like needles are running through my eyes, the back part.
You were on the right track at first when you said we're going to bring out Tony.
Thank you.
We're gonna definitely bring out the gentleman that makes it possible under God, the one that allows for us to be in these ATL world is ATL Street, the one that allows for us to be able to sit on this platform and be able to have our communication with people out here far and wide. Like I say, he's definitely my brother. Uh, and, you know, he love to say from another mother, but I don't say that. But my brother, AB, let him know.
Yes, yes, yes. I am yours truly, Mr. Anthony Brown. You can find me on all social networks. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Bigo under Anthony Brown. Follow my Facebook page is Anthony the Writer. On Bigo, I'm Anthony the Notary. Um, You could reach out to me on my cell phone, text me, call me at 561-768-3710 for any show ideas, comments, concerns, good, bad, ugly, indifferent, whatever. I accept it all. You can also email me at theanthonybrown.show@gmail.com. And words that I live by, and so should you, is that you got to grind until you shine.
All right, Tony. Before I exit, I want you to go ahead and put up. We also have the new up and coming show that will be coming up pretty soon. We're working on everything right now. Um, this will be me. Lunchtime with Legacy. It'll be noontime in between. May come on at 12. Sometimes also may come on at 1 between. Depending on when I take my lunch. But definitely we're gonna be talking about some of the hottest topics for the next 30 minutes of my lunchtime. You know, definitely if anybody got anything, information, things that they want to talk about, want me to address. Also behind the scenes will be Mr. AB himself. I'm pretty sure Miss Cake and maybe Miss Tayama from time to time may jump in, but definitely I will be sitting down, enjoying a meal, and discussing major topics pertaining to like Mr. Donald Trump getting elected as president. Yay, Trump. Joe Biden going to hell. Yay, Biden. Y'all know who I am. I'm Mr. Legacy the Great. Y'all can definitely reach out. Y'all can definitely reach out to me on Facebook up under Audrine Williams. YouTube, you can hit me up on the Legacy the Great. My email is legacyunlocked@mail.com for business purposes only. Need motions filed. You need having problems with your baby mama. She ain't acting right. Want to keep the kids from you. Hit me up. I'll put those motions on her ass. She'll get it together. Also, if you're having any problems with getting disability, just anything legal, I am definitely not an attorney, but I am a person that has the right angles and directions to point you in so that you can get where you need to be. Definitely, if you're locked out your vehicle, you need any assistance with getting inside your vehicle from Palm Beach to Lee County, that's Riviera Beach, Tamarind, all the way down to what is it, Boca Raton?
Mm-hmm.
You can call me. I'll make sure it get taken care of anywhere in Lee County. Hit me up. Area code 229-630-7615. Also, if you can't reach me there, reach out to me at 561-907-9129. And the words that I live by,
And you gotta grind until you shine.
is ATL in this